Hello everyone, my name is Sagar. I am working as an assistant professor in RPIT campus. So in this video, we are going to discuss our next topic, that is consensual approach. As you know, we have discussed about the doctrine approach in our last video. So this is also the same type of thing that we are dealing with, but that approach was conceptual and deal with the text based laws which was already written, but this approach is different from that. Let's take an introduction or definition. Like, the consensual approach is a method of understanding or forming law based on the agreement, acceptance and mutual consent among individual parties. Like, in context of cyber law, this approach emphasizes that law, policies and regulations in cyberspace should be formed or accepted by mutual agreements. Users, platforms and governments should work together to create a harmonious or ethical digital environment. So this is the introduction that how consensual approaches work. There are some core principles of consensual approach, like mutual agreement, voluntary participation, shared responsibility and non-imposition. If we discuss about the mutual agreement, it says all parties like user, provider, regulators, all was agree to the rules of digital interaction. Next is voluntary participation. In this, the people participate in the system by accepting terms, conditions and laws. Next is shared responsibility. So responsibility for safe and ethical behavior is shared by all the stakeholders. Next is non-imposition. Rules are not forced but are agreed upon on socially or contractually acceptance. So these are the four core principles of consensual approach. Next is how this is relevant in cyberspace. So cyberspace is a borderless or decentralized space, making centralized legal system enforcement difficult. Therefore, consensual based regulations plays an essential role in this, like accepting terms of services before using website and apps, agreeing to data privacy policies, creating self-regulating mechanism by companies and digital platforms, participating in international treaties and frameworks. So by these things we can give the relevancy to the consensual based approach in our cyberspace. Next is examples like if we take the scenario of user agreement, like before accessing media or email services, user agree to certain rules, terms and condition. Other scenario is cookies and data consent, like websites ask for user consent before storing personal information. Other scenario, if we talk about it, the social media community guidelines, like user voluntary agree to abide by these to remain on the platform. Next is GDPR scenario, Europe. This scenario is mainly on the European areas, like user must give informed consent before any data processing. Next is e-commerce. Purchase contracts, return policies and data handling are agreed to by both buyer and seller. So these are some examples of how this consensual approach help in the cyber law. If you talk about the legal and ethical dimensions of this approach, like legal is consent must be valid, free and informed. Forced or misleading consent is legally invalid. Contract must be enforceable and understandable. Ethical, like companies must be transparent about what users are consenting to. User must have real choices, just not agree or leave option. Respect for user autonomy is a key. There are some challenges also in the consensual approach in cyber law, like click wrap consent. In this, users often agree without reading terms, leading to the uninformed consent. Power imbalance. Big tech companies impose terms, users have little negotiation power. Other is global differences. What considered acceptable varies by culture and regions. Lack of awareness. Many users do not fully understand their digital rights. So we have some legal safeguard needed, that is clear and simple user agreements, right to withdraw consent at any time, strong privacy rules, digital literacy to educate users on the importance of consent. Next is importance in today's digital society. So in the age where digital services dominates, user trust is built on clear, fair and respectful agreements. Digital democracy depends on mutual understanding and participation. A consensual legal environment creates stability, protection, and fairness in cyberspace. So this is all about the consensual approach in the cyber law. Thank you very much.